everybody. It's Safi and Marco. Dish out on the movies. Today we are doing episode 7 of Alien Earth called Emergence. And so I guess the word emergence could be what? Maybe it could apply to different things. But I really like this episode. Marco will probably say just the opposite. He hated it, but we'll see. I thought there was a lot of action. Of course, I guess there was a segment of action. And then there were things that made you wonder speculate on what might happen with this one-eyed creature that's in the, is that a sheep? Are they going to keep it in the sheep? And then you have the big tech bro prodigy guy of the project who he didn't even care that his little simps are worth billions of dollars, that one of them, Isaac, had died, and I don't know, there were a lot of things you could start speculating on what was going to happen, because the next episode is the final episode of the season. And they are going to come back for season 2 and maybe season 3. And that means, too, for all those of you who watch Fargo, like we do, that there might not be any Fargo for a while, because the same person, Noah Hawley, creates both of these shows. So, Marco Carlson?
Who's Marco? Where is Marco?
Go ahead.
Marco's here. I hated this episode.
Oh, you didn't. I don't believe you. I think you're lying.
I don't like the show at all.
Really?
I don't like the characters. I don't like anything about it.
I told ya.
I think it's a giant waste of time. I think the guy who makes the show, he's just doing the same shtick that he did with Fargo, which is honestly, I kind of thought I had a higher opinion, to where I thought maybe he would do something a little bit cooler, but he's not. He's just doing the stupidest shit possible for the sake of it, which is what he did in Fargo. You know, you would have what the audience would expect to happen, and then you would have just a bunch of random shit happen, and that was kind of like on purpose, because that was the whole point of Fargo, is that it was chaotic, just like the movie, and, you know, random people get killed, things go wrong, crime doesn't pay, and that was what it was always like. And so what's funny is that this show, it's like he did Fargo so long that, like, now he's doing this show, and it's doing the exact same thing where, you know, nothing goes right, and just everything's chaos, and just random shit happens, and I hate it. I hate everything about it. I think it's the worst Alien thing ever.
Now, Marco, how many aliens have you seen?
I've seen all of them, almost, except for the 2 Prometheus movies. Safi hasn't seen those.
No, I don't think so.
But I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so dumb. The characters are so unlikable. And what's really embarrassing is that it feels like the people who make the show, they think that these are like the greatest characters ever. Like, they thought that, oh wow, making kids the main characters, making Disney adults the main characters, everyone's gonna love those guys. And I just hate them so much. And I don't like anything. I just hate it. I just hate it all.
Don't like anything. Oh my God.
Just hate it.
Well, you know, it's true that I don't know if the characters that the only one that I really liked, and he had a very small part actually, was Arthur.
Oh.
The the male, the husband scientist,
The soy boy
who
scientist.
got the
Looks like he
the
looks
face
like
clinger.
looks
and
like he walked straight out of a Starbucks with a soy latte.
Yeah, right. He got the face hugger, but it just blows my mind that and people talked about this too, and I just didn't even think about that. But they had one thing that was, I would say it was an error, and people did bring it up, and I don't know, I didn't think about it. I was thinking about something else, but that was actually talked about. I'll bring that up in a minute. But whenever, like, the Simps, Slightly and Shmi were leaving with Arthur, taking them out of the building, no alarms were going off in their area or something. And there was another one where the creatures were all running around the laboratory and there wasn't any alarms there, and then they finally did turn them on, and so that was kind of like, what would you call it? It wasn't consistent with the alarms, and that doesn't make any sense
But
with
Safi,
this high value, high tech.
You loved
modern,
the episode. You loved the episode.
I just thought I liked it, and it just.
Yeah.
It when when it ended, I thought, that's it.
Yeah.
Because and also I wondered too, why did Joe? Well, of course that's a spoiler. I don't know what to say, but something happens at the end. I just wondered why it happened, and why Joe. I'll just say who it is. Why did he do what he did?
I don't even care.
And also, I thought one thing I had questioned the last time, I think it was last time, or it could have been the time before that, is when Isaac goes to feed, he's feeding all the creatures. There's 4 or 5 of them. And on one of them, he pulls the door off, which I thought, wow, that's sure cheap equipment for this high-tech, futuristic space, or not, they're not in space, but this laboratory or whatever facility. That is sure cheap when he could just pull the door off like that. And then the flying creatures that they were calling, like I think the episode was called The Fly, maybe. And
Safi doesn't even remember.
He's not even a real person. He doesn't have any. He's not human. And I was shocked, and they explained that. And this is what I always say. I've gotten so mad about all these different, like, movies and TV shows where they have something happen, and they have more than one thing happen, and it's not really explained. And then you as the viewer are forced to come up with a story or a description or something to account for what happened when they should be doing that. And this time, Kirsch did. He explained that this particular creature, because I don't know if they all came from the same planet or not, but this flying creature, it had been starving. They had evolved to the point where they were eating what would you call it, living things to survive. And
Which that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard
well,
of.
at least it was explained, because I didn't understand. It didn't, because all the other alien movies,
So
it's a different story.
that means that if human beings run out of food, that we could just start eating dirt and grass and
No, that
rocks
grass,
and
that
shit.
That would be vegetarian. We'd be
Yeah.
vegan.
It's just stupid. It's so dumb.
Well, at least they
And
said
then there's
something, because
another line where Wendy asks, "What happened to that guy?" And Kirsch says, "Science."
No, I know, I didn't. But he's
That's what you call retarded ass fucking writing
No, I didn't.
from
I didn't
retarded
like that either.
retarded writers
Well, so Wendy was looking at him like it was retarded writing too.
and a retarded showrunner. My advice to the showrunner based on this episode and all the last couple episodes is you should quit Hollywood and go into hiding. Because nobody wants this shit. Nobody thinks this is great. Honestly, Safi just doesn't have anything to watch, so she thinks anything is great.
That's not true. Would you stop it?
Safi thinks
I read
that...
finished one book series, started a new one this week. Would you cut it out?
What I'm saying is that this show indicates a severe lack in talent and a severe lack in vision. It's nothing more than a pretentious, masturbatory piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. The showrunner, he can't stop making Fargo, and he's not going to make Fargo. He's going to make this retarded alien show that no one likes.
There was a video on YouTube.
I'm so embarrassed.
Said that he probably won't be making Fargo for a while.
I'm so embarrassed that people actually made the show. I just can't believe people would actually make something like this. Like, this is just, it's just another example of, like, they'll just make anything nowadays. They'll make anything, even if it's this retarded. Even if all the characters are retarded, they'll make anything. It just sucks. It sucks so bad.
Okay, well,
everything sucks in it. It all sucks. Okay. I don't even, like, is it really worth it to go, okay, this happened and then this happened. It just all sucked. Who cares? Just all the acting sucked too. The characters, all the acting, all the effects, all the filmmaking, just everything sucks. It just sucks.
There wasn't anything on there you didn't like it when
No, I don't like anything.
Went crazy at the end because they threw a stuffed animal in the water.
No, I don't like that. She's a retarded ass bitch, and I'm glad she got killed.
No, she didn't. I don't
Fuck
think she
that
got
bitch.
Killed.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck all the characters. I don't give a fuck about Joe, the human. I don't give a fuck about Wendy, the final girl boss bitch. I don't care about the female scientist. I don't care about Mark fucking Zuckerberg. I don't care about that bald guy.
Well, that guy doesn't. He has such a small part. I'm like, how much power does he really have?
I don't care about the fucking aliens.
Well, okay.
I don't care about any of it. I just don't care. I don't care about any of it. That's how bad it is. Oh. And that's when you know that a show has failed. I don't care about the evil black guy. What's that guy's name? Moron? No, let's call him Moron. Because that's what he is. He's nothing more than a moron. Like, I thought he was going to be some intelligent, like, Billy Bob Thornton type of character from Fargo season 1 where he's going rogue and he's just everywhere and he's always one step ahead and he was like really, really sociopathic and scary. But no, they undo all of that in this episode, and that's been the big problem with this show, is that they'll have these little spurts of good ideas and then they'll immediately undo them and just do all this bullshit, and that's what they did in Fargo. That's exactly what they did in Fargo.
Which Fargo?
All of it. Especially as the seasons went on. You have these little possible things that could happen, and then, nope, we're going to undo that. Oh, just some stupid bullshit happens, and it's like, ha 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 ha, that's really, oh my god, perfect Fargo. They subverted my expectations. I thought something interesting was going to happen. And they proved me wrong by doing a stupid thing. Wow. Such intelligent writing. I'm so glad that they made Alien Earth. A show that you can't even... There's no log line. What's the log line for Alien Earth? What's the synopsis for the show? There's an island with a bunch of retards on it. That's the synopsis of the show.
Like that.
A bunch of Gen Z retards. A bunch of Disney adults that nobody gives a fuck about. That's the synopsis for an alien show. Who the fuck wanted that?
Okay, that's enough. That's terrible for you to talk like that.
Good.
No.
Good.
Okay, well, I refuse to be usurped by Mr. Negative over here. I I just, I thought it was funny that, like Marco said, that Morrow, he
Moron.
thought he was so sneaky, and Kirsch, he set up the whole thing. Remember, he allowed Slightly and Shmi, he told them, don't go that. Where are you going? We're going to, they're like, you found this out. What are we going to do? Like, they don't know I don't understand. They don't know they're being monitored. They all have, on all of the simps, they all have tracking, on the other aliens, when the soldiers go through and they're inspecting the area.
Oh, God, there's a Tesla.
Yeah, somebody has a Tesla here. Anyway, they all have tracking on them. So if anything is happening, it shows their heart rate. It shows all this stuff, and so he knows he's been able to track every single thing they've done, and he even knows that their trackers were turned off, who turned them off, and because he tells Mr. Prodigy Boy about it, and who. He is like a dum-dum. I mean, he's so smart, he's dumb. I don't know how to explain it. And he really seemed childish and immature. I mean, even worse in this episode. But so I'm just saying that Kirsch orchestrated this whole thing to trap Morrow. Because remember, last week they were on the elevator together, and it was like a subtle threat. Both of them threatening each other like they're about ready to start sword fighting or something. And so you think, oh, well, Morrow is really evil and he's going to overtake Kirsch. And Kirsch is like, you're, in so many words, you're an idiot and I'm going to kick your ass. And basically, he has kicked his ass because they come with the people they captured Shmi and Slightly, and they come in there.
Well, let's go through that first. Let's go through that really quickly. Let's go through this episode really quickly because it doesn't even deserve any time. So Kirsch just lets the two kids take the body with the alien breeding in it. He lets them take it to Moron. And that's stupid because he couldn't be able to calculate that they would lose the alien.
Well, who could? I mean, you never, on all the alien shows,
well, so
you don't know how long it does take for them to...
So what if they met up with Moron and he got the alien and they left?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know if they'd be allowed to leave.
I
think they would capture him.
I don't know.
Well, that's one thing, but that's like a mystery. It's been like that for every single alien movie.
There's a thing called calculated risk, and Kirsch apparently calculated the risk of Moron coming to get the one alien. He said target A, and then what if he got it and they left?
I don't think so, because they caught the.
It
escaped. It hatched out of his chest.
But what if they took it and left?
I don't know. I think he already knew that the gestation period wouldn't be very long.
But why is it? And this is another huge problem, and people have pointed this out about modern alien movies. Is that apparently, and I can't say this for sure because I haven't watched the old ones in a while. I'm not a big science fiction fan because they're usually...
Can you tell?
They're usually stupid like this. Oh, Safi's trying to be clever now. She's trying to usurp my role as reviewer, as jokester. So, but what was I saying?
You were saying the timeline.
Oh yeah, well apparently in the older Alien movies, it took quite a while for all the stuff to happen, like the eggs to hatch, for the face hugger to impregnate someone, for the alien, for the chest burster to happen. It took quite a while, but apparently nowadays they've really sped it up, and it does feel very sped up. It feels like it's sped up for plot convenience, and it's in this show, and then Fargo, it's like it's plot convenience disguised as plot inconvenience, which is the plot convenience is that the alien bursted out of his chest at the most quote-unquote inconvenient time, but it really was the most convenient time because then it led everything else to happening. And so that's what they did in Fargo. That's exactly what they did in Fargo. All throughout the series.
Well, they don't show it, but they must have been following them because they caught what happened when the alien creature burst out of Arthur's chest. And that was interesting too. I don't remember them doing this before, where the face hugger would be on the victim and then it would just somehow fall off, and they were talking slightly, and Shmi were talking, and they had their backs turned. They didn't see it, but it came off, and then Arthur stood up, and when they turned around, he was standing up, and they were like, and then that face hugger thing fell from the tree, which was weird, onto the ground, and it was dead. And then Arthur was talking, and he was telling him, I know you're keeping secrets. I mean, he was talking to him like nothing had even happened to him. And I don't remember in any alien movie where after a person got that creature on its face that they were able to, that it would fall off and they were able to come back and everything would be cool.
I can't remember, but they tried to introduce some suspense here. It was a really stupid scene because, and it's stupid for a variety of reasons. The biggest reason it's stupid is because Moron didn't tell him that there would be a second alien that would burst out of his chest at some point.
That they didn't know.
And so
they didn't know.
That was dumb as hell. And I don't understand why they didn't just show up at the beach right there. Why did they have to show up at another specific place?
I was wondering about that too.
That was another big issue.
You would think they would have been there waiting for them.
Yeah.
Because they told him to meet. He told him to meet them on the beach.
Yeah.
Meet him on the beach. So that's why they were going to the beach. Well, I guess it has happened, but this was so blatant with the space hugger. Because I remember in other episodes, they would have something, they'd be sitting at the dinner table in the spaceship, and then all of a sudden they would cough or something, and the thing would explode out of them. But this was very blatant. I mean, the whole thing right in front of you, and you didn't see that in other alien movies. But anyway, so he's walking along, and then they
tried to have the suspense. Like, it was a really stupid scene where for some reason they're not going to go through with the plan now because they're feeling bad or something, but they know that they have to do this, and so it's this weird thing of where, like, what do they think is going to happen?
Yeah, I know.
And then all of a sudden he gets killed, and the alien comes out, he runs away immediately, and then they meet up with the Moron, and the Moron, they're all dressed in, like, SWAT gear, which is really weird.
Yeah, they're all decked out with their weapons, and
that was weird. But then they're like, okay, let's move on to target B, and then they take the two kids anyway, and eventually they all get caught, and then Kirsch says that the two boys have been bad, they're going to be grounded.
They're grounded.
That was gay. That was really gay. See, Safi is like finding really weird entertainment from this show. She's like it's almost so bad that it's good. You know, it's really fun. And a lot of people have said that, too. They've said, this show is so bad, it's funny. Because it's just so out there, and it's just so not serious about what it's doing. And there's no way that you actually like any of these characters. And then at the same time, So there's like an A plot, a B plot, and a C plot, I guess. Did you have anything else to say about that plot, Safi?
They have.
Oh God.
Wendy decides she's seen them for what they are.
That's the B plot.
Which plot do you want to talk about?
Well, I just said, did you have anything else to say about the other plot
that
with
thing?
the
It's
with
just
Moron?
I thought it was funny. They walk in.
Moron
walks into the laboratory facility, and and he has all these militarized people walking behind him with all their gear on and their super heavy guns, and they think they're going to overtake them. They really think they're that stupid that they didn't know they were coming.
Yeah.
And they had Kirsch had actually somehow they had caught the creature that popped out of the guy's chest, and they were prepared for him. So he had his own armed force right there at the facility, and then they subdued Moron. Remember? And I just couldn't believe it. I mean, he was that stupid.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be
Apparently.
a really extra. Well, it's he and Kirsch. They're both cyborgs, extra smart.
Of course, they'd have to have more episodes to have some kind of an intricate series of events to happen like that.
And that's the thing you can see right away. They only have one more episode.
Yeah.
And they have all this stuff.
It's just like with Wednesday season 2 where, the second to the last episode it was like, uh-oh, we gotta speed up now. And they literally just got rid of all the secondary plots of the season, so that in the finale it was only the main plot that they focused on, because they were like, uh-oh, we only got one episode left. Oh no! We could have, gone on for 13 to 16 episodes like a real TV show. Oh, no. And so, yeah, here we go.
And so then, they have to be having a season 2. Well, they are. FX has told them they can have another season. They can maybe have another one. They can have 3.
Ew.
And then Noah Hawley said there probably won't be any Fargo for a while.
Ew.
Which is a shame. But see, I think this is something that he's always wanted to do.
Then why does it suck so badly?
Because he's never done it before.
No.
He's only done Fargo.
He's had a lot of time to plan this out, Safi. If he's wanted to do it for a long time, he's had a long time.
He's thought about what's going to be in these next 2 seasons.
Well, it's really bad.
So I don't know what that means, and of course, nobody does. Because I thought Morrow would be smarter than that.
Brian Fuller did the same thing. He made Hannibal, and he made this big announcement where he said season 1's going to be this, season 2's going to be this, and he had like a 6 or 7 season plan, and then instead of following the plan, he just started doing random shit and combining things, and it was really bad.
Well, but he got full of himself.
Well, he was always full of himself.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a shame, because that was a really good show.
For
anyway,
2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, just so artistic and just really unbelievable. And that one show that I stopped watching because I got so pissed off. They kind of followed in the tradition of the bodies, displaying about 50 bodies artistically.
Wendy, she and then the creepy redhead girl
Nibs.
that Safi likes.
Nibs.
Nipple is.
Marco.
And then Joe, they're going to escape the island together.
Well, see, Wendy was going to take everybody she could, but she couldn't. The boys had gone. Isaac was dead. And then she tried to get Curly, who's the Tinkerbell we talked about, who wanted to be the number 1 person with Peter Pan Tech Bro, and tried to get her to go. She said, this is the best place I've ever lived. And so they just went ahead and left. And Nibs is insane, and she we never did find out what her, and maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but she had in her real life something terribly traumatic had happened to her, and when she got transferred to this body, this person, it translated into that person. So anything bad happening, she got this PTSD, and she, on this little part of her appearance on the show, she really showed how much power and strength she had, because you just kind of saw a little touch of it with the woman scientist.
Is this going to be an hour-long review?
But you saw it really for
this show
real.
Sucks. Why are we doing this in-depth discussion about the stupid show?
Because
let's just get it over with. So they almost get caught once, and conveniently Moron isn't there. It's just some of his goons, and the final girl, she calls the Xenomorph to come, which she let loose on purpose, by the way.
She did. In the lab, she let it go. And
it attacks and kills all the goons conveniently, and then she tells him to follow them and hide. And then at the end of the episode, they finally get caught by Kirsch's goons, which is kind of a deviation from Peter Pan, because in Peter Pan, it would be they get caught by Captain Hook, which would be Moron. And so... Yeah.
Well, but we'll see what happens with that, because the alien, the Xenomorph, is hiding in the bushes, because that's what Wendy had told him to do. And then Joe did something, just shot with Nibs, because Nibs attacked one of the people, and she killed at least one or two people.
That was cringe.
I thought it was great. Because they threw her stuffed animal that she was carrying into the water. I mean, I'm assuming. And they wanted them, they told them they'd have to go back there with them. And she said, no, we're not. And she attacked them. And then Joe had picked up a gun from one of those goons that the Xenomorph had killed. And he shot her with it. And I don't think she's dead, but he did put her out of commission. And Wendy got really angry at him. So I don't know how that...
That was cringe.
They ended with that. They didn't show anything else.
Yeah, they ended with the final girl boss yelling at her brother. And
she said, what? And why did you do that? Or what did you do?
That was so cringe. Mad. That was so cringe.
And the brother was like, I don't know what kind of look that was. Why are you yelling at me? She was being a bad girl. Like, really? Because he wanted to leave. He made that very clear. He wanted to get her away from there, and so why would he want to go with them? That would mean he'd have to be going back. Okay, well, there's also the thing. Now we go to the spoiled brat tech bro, who is in charge, and he's fascinated now with the sheep, one-eyed sheep, and because he thinks that it orchestrated the whole thing, which is stupid and naive of him to say that. And Kirsch thinks he's an idiot too. You can tell, even though he doesn't really show any emotion. It's just like he has an eternal smirk on his face. And so he tries to communicate with them, and so everybody's wondering, is he going to... is that thing, that eye thing, going to escape and transplant itself into the boy genius? Or is he going to use somebody like Joe, and so it will transplant itself into Joe? So I don't know. And I don't know what that's going to do and how that would further the story. So I don't know what's going to happen this next episode, but it's got to be a transition between this season and the next season. So, I have no idea.
Or it should just be a good finale, because that's what a finale is supposed to be.
Well,
it's not supposed to just be a transition to next season, because what if they didn't get a second season?
Well, that they would know that now.
But they completed the episode already, so...
Oh, they did? Yeah, well, of course they did, yeah. So, I don't know.
So, now that we've talked about this terrible episode, we have to figure out, what is Safi like about this trash episode?
I don't know, I just thought it was, I don't know. I guess I just thought it was fun. It compared, we just watched the last King of the Hill episode for this new season.
And that was better.
No, it wasn't. That episode was crappy. I didn't like it at all. It's supposed to be a comedy, and I think I laughed once. But compared to the next to the last episode, this would be the next to the last episode for Alien Earth, I laughed the entire thing. But the last episode, it wasn't funny, hardly at all. So I liked it. I don't know. I just it was a little different, and I don't know. I just can't wait to see what in fact, when it stopped, and they started playing this music, and of course they show the words on the screen, so you can try to see what the relationship between what just happened or what could happen with the words from the song, and which I have no idea.
Wow.
So, but I was disappointed that it was over, because I don't know what's going to happen next, and I can't imagine what's going to happen next. They're all going to go back to the facility now.
Yeah.
When they're just about ready, and it was weird too. They were
Just
getting
like
aboard
Peter
this
Pan.
boat, and it didn't even look like a boat. It kind of looked like you would see like a bait shop or something at the side of a lake. We've been to a lot of lakes, like to go fishing and in the past, and that's what it reminded me of. There wasn't anybody around. It was just empty. So I don't know. I just can't imagine what's going to happen. And I wish I could figure it out, but I don't like the tech bro. I mean, he really looked their age. Now before he's looked a little older, but he looked like he was almost as childish as the children. And I couldn't believe it. He really is. He's a fruitcake. And he's kind of sociopath, because he has so much money that he has each of these synths is worth, I don't know, $1 billion, and one of them just got knocked off by these flying alien creatures, and he doesn't seem to care that he just lost $1 billion. And it's like they don't mean anything to them. They were supposedly his children or whatever, and he doesn't seem to care. And I just, I'll be interested to see what happens in the finale, because like Marco said, I don't think for all the shows that we've watched, we haven't seen that many good finales on anything we've ever watched, past or present. Or anything that
No, it's mostly present. And so I give this episode a D, and that's all I have left to say. Have terrible allergies now, too.
Really?
I can't believe this is an hour-long fucking review.
Okay,
again.
well, I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Because I liked it. And we'll see what happens. There's one more episode, and like I said, there's another season, so...
Oh, great.
How are they going to do this? And they've also just waited. Now, there's too few of episodes, and it'll be interesting to see if they are, which they are, getting at least one more season, maybe two. Are there going to be more episodes? Because they sure have left a lot to be fixed or attended to in this last episode. So that's it. So tonight is Master Chef, and we'll be watching that. It's a 2-hour a finale episode where they crown the winning duo, and so be looking for that. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
What about
and,
the Patreon?
Well, I'm not on that yet, and I'll let you talk about that.
No.
We have a Marco's being crappy. Then we have a Patreon that is extra content. When there are 3 levels, and it will contain lots of content about the movies and the video making that Marco is doing. That the first thing will be coming out in the end of October, like Halloween time. And you will also be a part of credits of one of his projects if you belong to the Patreon. See, it's better that he does this than me. So, talking about Patreon, because he's the one doing this extra content for the most part.
And we will be moving away from doing YouTube and doing Patreon a lot more. We will not be doing as many uploads on YouTube. We will be focusing more on Patreon because we want to do work where we're getting supported by people and not do work where it goes unappreciated.
No,
And that's because of YouTube, because YouTube doesn't push smaller channels. And people will still call our channel amateur or new or something, and we've been doing it for 10 years, and we haven't gotten what we've deserved based on what we've done for 10 years. And so we're going to be moving towards Patreon and moving away from YouTube.
Okay, so goodbye, everybody.
Bye!